Look, I'm about to rank every popular way to make money online, from S tier, the absolute best methods, all the way down to C tier, the ones you should probably avoid if you're smart. I've made thousands of dollars a day in profit online by the age of 22, and I've tried or at least studied pretty much every method out there. Not to mention, I've also done hundreds of calls, yes, you heard that right, hundreds of calls with people who tried all sorts of business models, so I know what actually works and what's only hype. Before we jump into the rankings, let me explain how this tier list system works. S tier is the absolute best, the top 1% of methods. These are sustainable, scalable, with insanely high profit margins. A tier is still excellent, but slightly less passive or harder to scale. B tier is viable, but competitive or platform dependent, meaning you don't have full control. And C tier is crowded, outdated, or just really not worth your time in 2025. My ranking criteria is simple: sustainability, scalability, and profit margins. Can you do this long term? Can you grow it without hitting a ceiling? And are you actually keeping most of the money you make? Because revenue is cool and all that, but what matters is profit. If you make $1 million, you only keep $10, what the fuck is the point? Let's start with S tier, the absolute best ways to make money online in 2025. Number one and the top of the list is digital products. This includes ebooks, courses, templates, Notion dashboards, all of that. This is S tier for a reason. Digital products have passive income potential. You can create them one time and sell them for years to come. The overhead is low because it barely requires any money to put an info product together. And margins are very high since there is no hard costs or shipping costs. We're talking 90 to 98% profit margins. Now it's scalable with an audience or paid advertising. And once you have a system, honestly, it runs while you sleep. It's easy to bundle or to upsell. For example, you could create a $20 product, a $200 product, and then a $2,000 product, all within the same ecosystem. So you're essentially selling to every segment of the market, therefore maximizing your profit. I've personally made most of my money from hybrid digital products, and I can tell you, this is the closest thing to a money printer that actually exists. You're not dealing with inventory, shipping, or customer service nightmares about lost products or broken items. You create value once, and it generates income for years to come. If you're not selling digital products in 2025, you're leaving money on the table. If you want to discover how I've made thousands of dollars a day online, I've made a free training that will show you everything step by step. The link will be in the description. And for a limited time, you can also apply to book a free call with me or a member of my team. On that call, we'll see what's blocking you from making more money, and we'll give you a custom step-by-step plan so you can start your business today, even with $0 in startup capital, and get your first customers as quickly as possible. The link is in the description, but be quick because we have very limited spots and they fill up fast. Number two in S tier is high-ticket coaching and consulting. This is when you leverage your skills or knowledge to help people to get results in any area of life. Could be health, fitness, relationships, business, mindset, etc. The beauty of high ticket is that you get high profit per client, so you don't need a huge audience. For example, 10 clients at $2,000 each is $20,000 a month, and you don't need 1 million followers for that, trust me. This is also great for personal brands and professionals, and it can work in any niche. You can create an offer around fitness, business, mindset, productivity, relationships, etc. And before you scream at me that you can't possibly do that because you're not an expert, let me remind you of what actually matters. You don't need to be an expert. All you need is to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of the person you want to help. For instance, most people who want to lose weight or gain muscle have no intention of becoming pro bodybuilders. Most people who want to learn to play the guitar don't want to create a band and become famous. They just want to be able to play their favorite songs and impress their family and friends. That's all. The funnel we use to get clients is pretty simple. You create some free value, like social media content, that leads to a lead magnet, a free ebook, a free PDF, a free video, etc., that leads to a sales call. You're building trust through content, capturing leads with something valuable for free, and then converting the right people on a sales call where you present your high-ticket offer if it's the right fit, of course. I've used this exact model to scale my business, and it's stupid effective when done right. And this model works the best with paid advertising because it gives you higher profit. High-ticket coaching is S tier because the margins are incredible, the impact is deep, and you can start today with 0 capital. Now let's move on to A tier. They're still efficient, but slightly less passive ways to make money online. Number 3 is done-for-you services. So this includes freelancing, social media marketing agencies, copywriting, video editing, web design, all of that. This is A tier because it's great for fast cash flow and skill monetization. If you have a skill, you can start making money this week by offering it as a service. The downside is that it's much harder to scale without hiring or building systems. You're also trading time for money at first. But here's why it's still A tier. It builds your portfolio and authority for future digital products. You work with clients, you get them results, you collect testimonials, then you package that knowledge into a course or a coaching program. That's the progression. You can get started with services, then move on to coaching, and then to digital products. That's how you go from trading time for money to making money while you sleep. So for example, you could start off with a video editing service, then you build a video editing agency, and then you build a digital product teaching people how to edit content. You can make a fuck ton of money doing this, believe me. And that works with any skill set. Number 4 in A tier is membership communities or paid groups. This is recurring income, which equals predictable revenue. Instead of selling one-time products, you're charging monthly or yearly for access to a community. People stick around because they're getting ongoing value and connection with other people. You can combine this with coaching or digital products for a hybrid model. Even upsell people into a one-on-one $5,000 program, for example. You give them the course, plus community access, plus monthly group calls. That's a complete ecosystem. You can use platforms like Circle or School, Discord with Stripe to take the payments, or even Patreon. I've seen people build 6 figures, even 7-figure businesses just from membership communities. The key is that you deliver consistent value so people don't cancel. Your biggest enemy will be churn, aka people canceling. But when you do it right, this is one of the most stable income streams you can build. And it's really low effort. The downside is you'll need a big audience for this to work. Now let's talk about B tier. Those are viable but competitive or platform-dependent business models. Number 5 is affiliate marketing. This is easy for anyone to start because you don't need to create a product yourself. You promote someone else's product and you get a commission as a thank you. The issue is you can't really scale that business, especially not with paid advertising because you're dealing with profit margins which are way too low. If you have an audience that trusts your recommendations, affiliate marketing can be quite profitable. It can bring you a few extra $1,000 per month. The downside is you've got zero control over the pricing, product quality, or customer experience. You are at the mercy of the product owner. They can change commissions, shut down the affiliate program, or deliver a bad product that ruins your reputation. This is best paired with content creation, YouTube, blogs, TikTok, etc. You create valuable content, you recommend products that actually help people, and you earn commissions. It's B tier because it works, but you're building someone else's business more than your own. If you want to do affiliate marketing, I recommend using it as a supplementary income stream, not your main business. You should always sell your products first. Number 6 in B tier is content monetization. You create an account on YouTube, TikTok, podcasts, etc. and you start publishing content regularly. This is a long-term brand play but not fast income. You're not going to make thousands of dollars in your first month from ad revenue, but over time, you can leverage ad revenue, sponsorships, or digital product to build a real income and make multiple 6, even multiple 7 figures a year. The best use of content monetization is as a traffic generator for higher tier methods. You use YouTube to build an audience. You get paid with the ads, of course, but then you sell them your course or coaching or service. That's the smartest way to make money. Content creation by itself is B tier because you're dependent on platforms and algorithms. YouTube can demonetize you overnight. TikTok can ban your account. You don't have full control. You're living on rented land. But when you use it as a tool to drive traffic to your own products, then it becomes incredibly powerful. If you want to discover how I've made thousands of dollars a day online, I've made a free training that will show you everything step by step. The link will be in the description. And for a limited time, you can also apply to book a free call with me or a member of my team. On that call, we'll see what's blocking you from making more money, and we'll give you a custom step-by-step plan so you can start your business today, even with $0 in startup capital, and get your first customers as quickly as possible. The link is in the description, but be quick because we have very limited spots and they fill up fast. Now let's get into C tier, the crowded or short-lived models that I honestly don't recommend focusing on in 2025. Number 7 is print on demand and dropshipping. Look, they're both very easy entry, but come with low margins and high competition. Everyone and their grandmother is trying to dropship products from AliExpress or sell print-on-demand t-shirts or mugs. The market is saturated as hell. You're competing on price, which means your margins get crushed. It can work if you build a unique brand or audience first. If you already have a following that loves you, you can sell them merch or products and make money. But as a standalone business model for someone starting from zero, it's C-tier at best. It's better as a side hustle, not a primary business in 2025, but to be honest, I'd say it's not even worth your time, because the effort required versus the return just doesn't make sense when you compare it to digital products or coaching, even to services. So why put so much time and effort into something that's got a high failure rate, when instead you could put that same time and effort into a much more easier, much more profitable opportunity? Here's what most people don't understand. The tier list isn't about what's impossible or what can't make you money. It's about what gives you the best return on your time and energy in 2025. Could you make money with dropshipping? Sure, maybe, but you could make way more money with way less headache by selling digital products or coaching. That's the difference. Now let me give you my personal recommendation based on where you are right now. If you're starting from zero with no audience, no capital, start with 8-year done-for-you services. Pick a skill you have or that you can learn quickly and offer it as a service. Get your first few clients for a high ticket price and stack up cash and testimonials. Then, as soon as you can, transition to S-tier high ticket coaching. You package what you learned from doing the service into a coaching program. Then, you create S-tier digital products to scale infinitely. If you already have an audience or some traction, you want to go straight to S-tier. Create a digital product or launch a high ticket coaching offer. Don't waste time on C-tier models just because they seem easier. They're not easier, they're just more marketed. I'll be real with you. I grew up in the low middle class. My dad was a nurse, my mom a nursing assistant. They worked themselves to the bone, 12-hour shifts back to back, just to keep a roof over our heads. Watching them sacrifice everything and still barely scrape by, that drove me to figure out how to make real money online. And what I learned is this: the only way to break free is to focus on high leverage activities. S-tier and A-tier methods are high leverage. You put in the work once and it pays you repeatedly. C-tier methods are low leverage. You're constantly grinding for small returns. Your time is your most valuable asset. Don't waste it on business models that are designed to keep you running around. Focus on the methods that will actually build wealth long term, like digital products, high-ticket coaching, done-for-you services, or membership communities. These are the models that took me from dirt broke to making thousands of dollars a day, and most of it is profit. These are the models that work in 2025 and will continue to work in 2026 and beyond, because they're based on fundamentals, not trends. If you want to discover how I've made thousands of dollars a day online, I've made a free training that will show you everything step by step. The link will be in the description. And for a limited time, you can also apply to book a free call with me or a member of my team. On that call, we'll see what's blocking you from making more money, and we'll give you a custom step-by-step plan so you can start your business today, even with $0 in startup capital, and get your first customers as quickly as possible. The link is in the description, but be quick because we have very limited spots and they fill up fast. So here's what I want you to do after watching this video. Look at this tier list and be honest with yourself. What tier is the business model you're currently focusing on or wanting to start? If it's C tier, you're wasting your time. It's time to pivot. If it's B tier, think about how you can use it to drive traffic to S tier or A tier method. And if you're not doing anything yet, pick an S tier or A tier model and go all in on it for the next 90 days. Don't dabble. Don't pick 5 things at the same time. Pick one and master it. Success online in 2025 isn't about finding some secret hack. It's about focusing on the high leverage activities and executing them consistently, daily in fact. The people who make a fuck ton of money, they're not chasing every trend every single day, you know? They're doubling down on what actually works. They don't give up when it gets tough. They sell digital products, coaching, services, or monthly communities. That's it.